This is definitely one of my favorite questions in this competition. Just quite unique, and yeah, it's just takes a bit of a careful diagram, I think, and then it will be okay. So minus 1, 4 is going to be just roughly up here, and then we're reflecting it in the y-axis. It's going to be this vertical line, and it's going to go to here. Now the y-coordinate is going to stay exactly the same, but the x-coordinate is going to change from -1 to +1, because remember, it's the same distance traveled from the y-axis to the actual point. Then we reflect in the line y equals x. Okay, I think this is going to be the most complicated one. So when you reflect in y equals x, you actually go at right angles like this, which is probably the hardest way of thinking about it. In fact, when you reflect in y equals x, the y value becomes the x value and the x value becomes the y value. And try that with some, points if you like, but that is something to be aware of. So we're going to get r for 1. And then finally, we're reflecting in the x-axis. It's going to go down here. And this time the x-coordinate is going to stay the same, but the y-coordinate is going to become -1, because again, we move 1 to get to the x-axis, so we're going to move another 1. And we form a quadrilateral. Okay, and we're asked for the area of this quadrilateral. Now, there's two ways you could do this. It's going to be a trapezium. These are going to be parallel lines. And so you could, in theory, work out the base and the top part, have it, and then times by the height. Now that it's going to involve a lot of Pythagoras' theorem, and it's not the best approach, basically. Instead, what we can do is we can turn it into a rectangle, find the area of the whole rectangle, and then minus the two triangles. This is going to be much easier. So this base, I'm going from -1 to 4 is going to be 5, and the height is also going to be 5. So in fact, it's a square. So I've got 25 as my whole area. Then I'm going to minus this green area. It's actually going to be half of it. It's going to be 25 over 2, or 12.5. And then we minus this small little area here. So I've just got to look a bit more carefully at this one. I'm going from, actually it looks like it's small, but I think it's bigger than I kind of accounted for on the diagram. So it's going to be 3 in length and 3 in height. So I'm going to be minusing a half times 3 times 3, 9 over 2. All right, I can actually add them together, these two. So 25 plus 9 is going to be 34. So I'm going to be minusing 34 over 2. You can actually just put it in a bracket and change it to a plus. To add the two triangles together and then subtract them. That's the way to think about it. So that's going to give 25 minus 17, an answer of 8. Great.